Hello, how you doing?
I love the room and the setting. That was cool.
Nice.
I'm going to start. I mean, with real life football teams comes such a great kind of sense of camaraderie. I just wondered if that's kind of replicated here, even in this kind of fictional setting, just all being together inside this kind of dressing room. Does it bring around a kind of a sense of unity that kind of replicates football in some ways?
Yeah, of course. And you know what it is? I was speaking to a bunch of footballers the other day, and Fornals and Fabianski, and they said that it's relatable because the dressing room is just like theirs.
Oh wow!
Which is West Ham, and I didn't know, that we did such an amazing job.
Yeah, I think as well that because we okay, and scene. I think because we all came into this as loving football as well, so we kind of, and also as actors, so it's hard to have a sort of bad day on set, really. So I think that we're all very lucky and very fortunate, and I think that bleeds into the kind of, as you say, camaraderie on set, which to me is very natural.
The only time we have a bad day on set is when Cristo doesn't get his 10 eggs.
Yeah, Cristo loves to eat.
Yeah, 7 meals a day.
If I don't get those eggs, then I become Danny Rojas when he doesn't get his tulip and is screaming like crazy.
And his Dutch food.
His Dutch, yeah.
Was it
we're here? Why we having Dutch
Randy
food?
Dojas.
Randy
Dojas.
Danny Dojas. Remember that? Yeah.
Your alter ego.
Yes.
So how do you eat your eggs? Like scrambled, fried, poached?
I like them boiled.
Oh, nice.
A hole in one, like that.
Just in a big footlong. It's in a big footlong, and he just devours
I eat a lot, yes.
A lot of the scenes are not just in the dressing room. They're obviously out on a kind of pitch. So I'm guessing on set, there's obviously you're often on grass with balls at your kind of feet. Who of all of the kind of actors in that dressing room, who's the best kind of player? Who's got the best skills?
I can't say anyone here because, well, I can. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say Mohash. Mohash is good. This guy is very good if you need him up front. This guy never, ever comes back to tackle. The irony that this boy is a defender in the show. But he's very clinical up front.
Backhanded compliment of the year, right there. Oh man, this guy's mate doesn't come back, doesn't do anything. Is just an all-round horrible person. Great.
But get this guy up front one-on-one, he'll score.
Yeah.
And that's what you need in the team.
Strongly.
But Billy, I want to ask. I mean, obviously, Colin's storyline in this is quite a big one when he kind of comes out. And I know it's just a kind of TV show, but obviously in real life, football has a real issue with this still, and players still feel they're not in a safe space yet to kind of come out. I just wondered if you hope this episode can help with kind of slowly pushing things in the right direction and spread the kind of notion of acceptance within the sport.
Yeah, I think that obviously in recent years we've had Josh Cavallo, Jacob Jankto, Jake Daniels. And just over the years, the conversation has started turning to that side. I do believe a lot of the clubs and a lot of the fans would be really supportive, but we aren't the ones that are on the football field. We aren't the ones that, if the team loses, they get the Twitter hate and things like that. It's like you win, you're a hero. If you lose, that certain fans will find any way that they can to kind of point hate towards you. So
it's a 10%, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 10. Yeah.
It's a 10% that ruins it for the 90.
Yeah.
There's always a small group that overly dictate what someone thinks about something. So 10% will be hooligans. So all football fans are hooligans. Mm-hmm. But sadly enough, that's the case, and it needs to stop.
Yeah.
Because everyone's pretty fed up.
I think it's just about this is what the show is trying to do. It's about the person, not the player. That these players that we see day in, day out on 90 minutes of the field, they are a person. And they have real feelings, real lives outside of football. Mm-hmm. So, I think there needs to be a little bit more respect given to that.
Yeah. No, guys, I'm a Spurs season ticket holder for my season.
Were you there yesterday, sir?
Cut the camera. Cut it. I'm about to say some stuff. I'm an Arsenal fan.
I see. I don't know why I brought that up. I've got no leverage here after yesterday. I was just going to say, because Spurs fans booed one of their own players last week, and it actually got me thinking, like you were just mentioning about this show kind of showing the humanity in the dressing room, and I think it's something that should be remembered more from the terraces. But anyway, I'm out of time, so no more. Luckily, before we get into any more Tottenham chat. But thanks so much, guys. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!